Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Insecurity is now a nature in Nigeria. Corruption is now part of the system in Nigeria. Nigerians are wondering when will the needed positive change come. Some persons have been asking for outright secession, as in totally leaving the country and having their own nations, the likes of Biafra nation, the likes of Oduduwa Republic. But right now, prominent Nigerians have been shying away from the word restructure or its secession. But as the insecurity is drawing close, Nigerians are beginning to pitch their tents to where it matters the most. Before we go to the newspaper to find out what is going on right now, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you say bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has condemned increased banditry in the country. He said it won't be a surprise if bandits and kidnappers apply for registration with the Corporate Affairs Commission, that's CAC, and seek listing at the Nigerian Stock Exchange NSE. Talk about sarcasm, talk about looking at things in a harsher reality, because obviously as things are moving on, if nothing is being done, just some years back, the then chief of army staff said that every repentant Boko Haram has the right to become a president tomorrow in Nigeria. But let's continue with the news just to tell you how in their need Nigeria is in for a positive change. Well, he also said Nigeria must restructure to witness accelerated development. He said we needed to fix Nigeria to avoid sleepwalking our way towards disaster. Abubakar spoke at the National Dialogue and Public Presentation of a book, Remaking Nigeria 60 Years, 60 Voices, in Abuja. He said, yes, the Chibok girls have been kidnapped and held in captivity for 7 years now. Yes, conflict between herders and farmers has been with us even before 2016. But who would have thought that our country would become a haven for kidnappers and all manner of bandits, to the extent that their nefarious activities would become a major industry? Honestly, it is. Bad as it is, it has become a harsh reality that's staring us all in the face in Nigeria. While they've also been allowed to operate so openly and brazenly that it will surprise no one if they apply for registration with the Corporate Affairs Commission and listing on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And I can assure you, where they are going, their stock may even be something else. But the question is, we are just looking on and watching so many abnormalities become normal in Nigeria. It's so disheartening. Let's continue with the news. 5 years ago, the Abuja-Kaduna Road was not a visual no-go area. The Southeast was not a visual war zone. And armored tackle was not needed to protect lives and property in the Southwest. These are among the clearest evidence that the issues that were the focal point of the book that brought us here more than 5 years ago have become even worse. Now the truth is, can we for once as a nation stop playing to the gallery? Can we for once as a nation stop being bigots when it comes to ethnicity? Can't we look at ourselves in the faces and tell ourselves where we have failed, take a retrospect and find a way around this? If you have a best hand in a particular part of the country and is tasted and trusted, can we all, why shouldn't we use that hand? Really, must it always be a case of my brother must rule? We have tried some certain persons, we have tried some certain regions. It's not working. Look at the level of corruption. It's disgusting to the eyes. Honestly, it's terrible to the ears. We keep hearing revenue generation agencies. Before now, we keep hearing, oh, they've made so and so amount of money and they're supposed to go through the federation account. But we don't get to hear that. Sometimes it's when they're actually, auditing that we get to hear the funny titles they used to siphon monies. Is embarrassing. It's a national embarrassment, the level of corruption in Nigeria. While we're having leaking purses from our revenue purses that should help us, we are borrowing to generations and generations unborn. The question is, if we are borrowing to finance the 2022 budget, what then is the faith of the recurrent expenditures? How do we start repaying all these loans we are collecting? Because all these ones, worst case scenario, we're looking at moratorium. When we start doing the repayment, it's not going to be funny. Imagine trying to, generate revenue and 99%, okay, you're using, or 80% is actually used to do what we call loan repayments. Then the remaining 20%, which is supposed to take care of recurrent expenditure for salaries and all that, is not even enough. You start laying off staff. If you lay off staff, you increase the level of insecurity because there will not be much hunger in the land. There's insecurity already. Banditry is now a money spinning business. You now ask yourself, how did we get to this level? Now, if you keep borrowing, you keep borrowing, and the revenue generating agencies are not remitting as an when due, or some persons are just sitting on some of these funds, then how do we help ourselves as a nation? Insecurity is still biting. They're making it look as if the future of Nigeria is bleak, but it isn't. It's just corruption staring us in the faces. How do we come out of this mess? For the very first time, you see Atiku Abubakar, the former deputy president of Nigeria in the time of Olusegun Obasanjo, is finally trying not to play to the gallery. He's actually saying the truth the way it is. But now the question is, are we going to look at this and walk past it to the point that banditry, as in really, have we gotten to the level where they make open demands and no one is looking at that way? Nobody is looking that way to bring them, and to think, honestly, to think that when they are caught, you say they should be forgiven. With all this level of menaces, foodstuff is now pure gold. The level of standard of living has become something else, and it's not getting any better. And just to think that the government of the day is thinking of, auditing through the grazing routes again. Oh my God, Nigerians, we need to actually go on our knees and start praying for a change. And hopefully, maybe God will help us out to get somebody who will bring the needed positive change. Nigerians are groaning in pains and suffering from insecurity, suffering from hunger, pure hunger in the land. Let's meet in our comment section. This is definitely not funny. Imagine if bandits are now giving CAC legality in illegality.